time for me to return. Fuck, this is the third time a Superman movie has bored the shit out of me. Bryan Singer, that was way too long. Superman Returns, directed by X-Men director Bryan Singer. Why did he not direct X-Men 3 instead? That's same year. I have no clue, and is the fifth Superman movie overall, the first non-Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and is technically the true Superman 3 that's canon. It ignores the events of Superman 3 and Superman 4, thankfully. Superman's return to the big screen after a 19-year absence, so the first reboot. So Superman Returns tells the story of after his vacation away from Earth for a number of years, Superman finally returns, as you will gather from the title, and finds out that his longtime lover Lois now has a son with another guy. And although Lex Luthor, his nemesis, has resurfaced and plots to destroy North America and turn it into a brand new continent for everyone to live, and to weaponize the kryptonite to destroy Superman once and for all. So yeah, the plot really isn't anything new. I am not going to lie, I do have just a hint of nostalgia for Superman Returns. It was the first Superman movie to release when I was alive, at age just 11 in my childhood, and I did get this Superman Returns action figure at the time. And at the time, I recall the TV commercials advertising the Superman Returns inflato suits, and yeah, so this was not my introduction to Superman, though, as I never got to see it in cinemas. My introduction to Superman was thankfully Superman 1978 on TV, the exact same year this movie came out. But with Batman successfully rebooted with Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins a year after, you would think that Superman Returns would repeat that success. It, of course, did not. Well, the movie was okay received. It's performed below Warner Brothers and DC's expectations commercially, so of course a sequel was never going to happen. It was inevitably going to be rebooted again. And I am going to be the biggest Snyder verse fanboy and a Man of Steel lover in this review, but Superman Returns as the first reboot to me is garbage. I'm sorry, it's a lifeless reboot. Bryan Singer isn't the right director for the Superman source material. It doesn't fit him like X-Men does. So X-Men 3 would have been vastly better had he directed it instead of Brett Ratner. I suppose that it's not a total failure, as it's decently cast for the most part, as Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane. She lovely to look at, and she did what she could with the script she was given. And Kevin Spacey is not a bad choice for Lex Luthor, as he is capable of playing great movie villains, especially Hopper in A Bug's Life. And at least they rectified my biggest flaw with Superman 3, is that they brought Superman's mum back to life, so she is alive in this film. Thank heavens for that. Martha Kent, we have missed you after your 2-movie absence, those pros aside, Superman Returns is not the return to form for Superman that it should have been. It is not a good movie. It is boring and a total yawn. It is a play it safe to soft reboot. The plot is way too safe and simplistic, and way too similar to Superman 1973. Like, I mean, Superman takes Lois on a romantic flight and meets her on her balcony again, like in the 1978 film. Lex Luthor tries to take Superman down with kryptonite again and wants to destroy America and make it into his new continent. I'm like, oh, that's like a parody. How cartoony and ridiculous is that for a villain plan? That's like a villain plan you'd see in a Johnny English movie. But Lex may be intelligent, but there's no way he'd be capable of doing that. And yeah, I think this film tried way too hard to recapture the magic and nostalgia of the Christopher Reeve Superman films, at least the first two, and in execution it sucked at it. And yeah, Brandon Roth as Clark Kent slash Superman, he looks presentable and passable in the Superman suit, but yeah, his acting leaves much to be desired. He has the exact same blank stare on his face throughout the entire film. Did Bryan Singer not give him any direction with his acting? You know, we need a Superman that shows emotion, Brandon. And people criticise Henry Cavill for being a bored-looking Superman. I beg to differ. Brandon Roth is way worse and way more bored-looking, and the CGI and the effects. This was the first Superman movie to use more CGI, being released nearly 2 decades after the Christopher Reeve era, but the CGI, even by 2006 standards, hasn't aged well, and especially Superman rescuing the plane. Yeah, that looks pretty fake now, and this is currently the longest Superman movie with a formidable runtime of 2 hours 35 minutes. Way too long, Bryan Singer. Man of Steel is paced like a speedy bullet train in comparison to this. So yeah, I could not have been more bored. And Lex Luthor just gets well put and stranded on a deserted island. Wow, not that fitting a comeuppance for a villain of his magnitude. What Superman Returns could have done differently from the Christopher Reeve films is, why not give Lois Kryptonian powers and have her get a super suit so she could fight crime like her boyfriend? Have a totally different antagonist from Lex Luthor, and a plot that you could that was gripping and you could take seriously. Shorter runtime, and heck, you could have even had Supergirl in there, and so that's how I would have fixed this movie personally. So overall, in the grand scheme of things, Superman Returns is well, Bryan Singer's worst movie. Yeah, people may say X-Men Apocalypse is his worst, but I don't think so. After he hit the nail on the head with his X-Men movies, he totally dropped the ball with his Superman film. I give Superman Returns 1 star out of 5. Fuck this movie. So yeah, it's not the worst Superman movie in comparison to Superman 4 Quest for Peace. I will take it. But it's easily one of the weaker ones and easily the most disappointing of the Superman films. But thank heavens we got Man of Steel 7 years later, the true saviour of the Superman franchise. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Superman Returns? Do you think I was too harsh, or do you think my rant was justified? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when we come to the end of our journey. In our road to James Gunn's Superman, I will finally be reviewing Superman 2025 in my following video. So stay tuned for that. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.